Hello everybody, just like always, I'm just putting the finishing touches on the stream itself, aka making sure that it posts fine into my own Discord and stuff like that, so that people know that I am live. This is the first time that I'm doing something like this. Not necessarily the last time, because we have not, in general, ever just hung out and like styled some outfits together. Yep, that works. That link works. Well, that is absolutely great. We normally do actual story content in our dress-up game. We don't tend to actually do dress-up in the dress-up game. But that's a bit of a shame. Hello! The summer is a bit trying to remove me from life. But that's fine. I kinda expected the summer to actually do that. It hasn't been hot, but I've done a stressful activity and I set something off during the stressful activity. Like, it has been heat. Then I went to meet my friend in Liverpool, and that was the stressful activity because it was like several hours of driving both ways with like different types of public transport. And the stressful activity has set up a giant immune reaction that first expressed itself as a non-stop migraine, and then I'm okay now, but my skin itches to all hell. I'm on so many anti-inflammatories right now, and I hate it. And then, like, on Wednesday, we're gonna have hot again. So it's been, like, hot, stressful, and gonna be hot again, which is great. Yeah, I know. But hey, I kinda expected this off summer. So, just to say what we're doing, I've done this, like, cool little thing where I reset my custom looks 3 to 7 into just this template. This is not a real template. I wish we could actually set like an actual template in the game. Unfortunately, we can't. So effectively, it's my Nikki's bare basics. It's her hair, it's her slitted eyes, and practically nothing else. Because you still have to, like, put her in something like a dress or some shoes, so she's just wearing Timeless Melody right now. I kind of wanted to do at least 3 different styles of Rippling Reverie, because whenever I get a new banner, I do go a bit overboard with it. Fun bit about banners, I was debating whether or not to grab the rerun of the fairy banner. For one thing, I don't even have the polls for it, so I don't know what kind of debate that can be. But for another thing, it's like a clear no, because she's not even my style, but I like the grooming ability and the wings on her. And I had a dream where I was giving my pulse towards her to Greek gods, and gods were giving me completely useless items. So, like, I would submit 20 pulls, and they would be like, here's a backstrap to keep the wings on your back that you haven't quite gotten yet. And I was like, ugh, give me my items. So it's weird, like, it even leaked into my dreams, but no, we're not gonna be doing that. This is the old styling that I had of the final evolution. I honestly want her in white, but I don't want it to be entirely white. So we're gonna see what kind of white makes sense, and then we're gonna go from there for at least styling 1.
Ah yes, what if the backstrap was chewable?
Then it would be tasty. That's... Ooh. we probably don't want the fountain of blood, right? I've been wearing it as effectively a fountain of tar several times, but you see, if you go too white, it becomes like milky, and I don't really want milky, but I don't really want tar as well. I do really like the ability to do this on items, on 5-star items. I love unlocking the color wheel. Unfortunately, I'm down to like 200-ish 5-star color items, so I won't be able to do this on many items, but on the ones that I can, I do enjoy it. It's like I want it to be white, but also I don't want it to be too white. I wish that there was like some sort of like translucent setting. I think that would be nice. But for now, this will do. You can be pure white. Yeah, that part can be pure white. That's... What color is the underskirt normally? It's nearly white as it is. So maybe a bit dirty. Like, you know, like a well-worn, well-washed sort of thing. That's normally yellow. You're not staying... You wanna stay yellow, which is a bit annoying. So you're gonna dunk deep into gray. Actually, I'm gonna throw a save here. We're gonna, first of all, unfortunately, special effects don't have a color wheel. We're gonna switch our fish to being something that's not yellow. Just because that might be reflecting on the rest of the outfit pieces, and I don't want it to do that. So I don't want the special effects to influence the rest of the outfit pieces. You normally want this part to like stand out against the material. Blue is definitely too much. Green is a bit eh. I mean, red is really awesome, but also bloody water. Yes, period dress. Yes, my favorite. It's the dress that Nikki had her period in. Let's just like light pink does the job fairly well for like making this stand out a little bit, but like not too much. I wish that this like part of the color wheel kind of changed with where you dive into the color, because it's like the color that I was exploring was kind of salmon colored. I don't know. Maybe closer to very pinky pink? It's just a touch of something that's not completely white, just so that we'll be able to see that bit. Do I want to see this bit? If yes, then I can also put you into the same kind of pink. Now this is a very beautiful dye area, and I say this because for the life of me I can't figure out what it dyes. Let's put you to... You do dye something. Aha! It's... whatever this bit is. Is that like... underneath the water? Above the skirt? Wait, is that... That can be the water effect. Yeah, I think that's the water effect over here. It is indeed the mysterious area, TM. I think it's like this bit, like this round circly bitty, and that it is very also being very reflecting. You can you mister can also go into pale pink. Oh, it's the inside of a flower? Okay. I think it's supposed to be a coral, but still. I'll leave that one as it is. I don't know if it needs to be more standy outy or less standy. I think less standy outy. If anything, you kinda... Making it look kinda silvery would be cool. My favorite bit of dye channels, figuring out what the dye channels are. That's fine as it is. Okay, you have a pattern over here. I think it's fine as it is. That's also fine as it is. Okay, now I have several questions. What controls the pink and the yellow on this side? Is it you? Not quite, is it? But it is sort of. Because whatever is controlling those, yeah, that's definitely dulling it. There's a twinge of yellow and blue coming from somewhere. My favorite bit about dye channels, figuring out what else they're connected to. Do you control any... Ooh. I mean, if we wanted to look a tiny... that twinge of danger, that's where you would put it. I kind of sort of like the idea of it. I do like the twinge of red on white dresses, but it's hard to do it tastefully without making it look like a blood dress. I feel like we need a better way to like even see dye areas, because most of them are just such weird breakdowns. Like, you can see that the twinge of red, like, goes behind on her back as well. Like, where's the twinge of yellow coming from? Are you part of the twinge of yellow? Just like... No, I think that you're not. That might be like part of the whole bodice. I want to subdue it. By a little bit. But to subdue it, you need to see it to begin with. Okay, you do come from like... Yeah, you come from this part. The twinge of... Just like the twingiest bit of yellow, I think. Or do you? Yeah, you do come from this part. I think. Because I can see it. But it's hard for me to figure out what exactly influences it. It's why a lot of my dresses end up being tar-colored. Because I'm like,
Must subdue the color.
I think if you want white with this one, it has to have a twinge of yellow in it. But I feel like I made the bodice into such a mess. Maybe we don't need as much pink. You fade into the background. You do the background thing. Which part? Oh, right, that's the flower. And maybe a twinge of white in here as well. Not overpowering. Just like that. And that's, folks, a lesson in how to spend about 5 hours in your wardrobe. That is... That's why normally I don't exchange my outfits a lot. Because when I do, this is what happens. I want to see her... Oh. Oh boy. Okay. Thing about seeing her in, like, the environment is that the colors, like, look entirely different than what they look in the wardrobe, and then you end up being like, oh, what am I actually looking at? Yeah, it is very... It is very shiny. The twinge of yellow is still, like, really twinging. I do like the shiny bits, personally. Maybe if I twinged of yellow, like, into gray or something. Maybe that would do it.
Twinge of yellow.
Or into, like, red? Maybe, like, if we twinged it into red. Red might look kinda cool. Mind you, according to the wardrobe, this is mud-colored. I mean, this would be, like, more proper red. I don't want her to be, like, overpowering. This might be a very strong color. No, but, like, somehow you do look kind of tasty. Now, mind you, slightly looks like somebody has stabbed me in the chest, but the twinge of yellow is gone. So, there's that. Honestly, this looking like somebody has stabbed me in the chest is probably the best that I'm gonna get. So, let's readjust her hair color for a second. I now don't know if I want to go with white. My white is always a bit off-white. And this one, or red. I always kind of like the off-white because it gives a more of a ghostly look. But also you can see the difference between the dress white and the hair white. What if I did a red? I feel like I end up circling away from red very fast whenever I wear it for a long time. I don't circle away from off-white quite as fast. It does match the bodice well, though. I should stick with the like the boom of color. Hee hee. Hello. Welcome to We're Just Doing Up the Closet. This is all that the stream is gonna be, and it's gonna take me friggin' forever because I decided to do whole 5 sections of a closet at once. And you're gonna be able to bear witness just how long doing up my closet actually takes me, and what kind of minutia I obsess about whenever I'm actually doing it. So, we have managed to get this dress into white and red. The original idea was just white, but now it's white and red. So, we're going with that. I honestly quite like the stockings for the thing. I don't know if I'm actually gonna go with them, but I'm just gonna say that I'm probably gonna be using the stockings off this banner quite a bit outside of the banner. I watched Moon Sugar Cake like evaluate the items on the banner, and she called the stockings sticky looking. And like, look, I understand it's shimmering goo, but it's pretty shimmering goo. Yeah, I know! When you're like, just, this is the wrong, like, shape, or color, or size. And I want to, like, do 3 outfits with Rippling Reverie. And then I want to do 2 outfits with just summer vibes. Where we're not really constrained to the banner. It's just because I have the banner, so I want to wear it. But also, before I wear banner stockings, I'm going through all of the other stockings that I have, just in case I like them. I kind of like the shimmer on this one. I think it's a very, like, simple stocking, but it's shimmery. I don't want it to be, like, too bridal or too simple, but I do have quite a lot of, like, weirdness inside my stocking. Where art thou, you weird-ass 4-star? Not you, though you're also a weird-ass 4-star. There art thou, you weird-ass 4-star. No, I think it's too... I think these ones feel a bit too long. Honestly. For this dress. If that ombre effect was lower down, I would go with them. I'm kind of partial to the banner zone stockings in here. Because it's just... it's so alive. But also... I tend to have, like, a million version of just shiny sock. And shiny sock feel good. Like, see? Shiny sock feel good. It's just like an effect that shiny sock have. I like that shiny sock. I like that shiny sock a lot, actually. Tide of Tears. I always loved my Tide of Tears. Ooh. So I left this area undyed the last time, or... What do you control? Is it just... the top of the sock? Which part of the sock is this? What if I just... multi-select this? I think one of the issues with Tide of Tears is that it's really... it doesn't like being recolored. I would assume. Now it looks like I took a walk in the blood. I'll just take a walk in the blood. That's not good. What if I put you to white? What would that look like in game? Might be too gray for this outfit, but... I don't know. If I set the whole thing to white... Because it has this kind of inherent ombre to it. It's just that the inherent ombre does not like to give in to actually being colored. Huh? Excusez-moi? So it's this area that makes it... that changes it the... How does that work? Huh? The heck are you, sock? How do you sock? My sock? I think even all in white, it won't be right for the outfit. Just kinda a shame. I do really like those socks. Good morning! And yeah, I don't blame you for needing tatted tears. Everybody needs a bit of tatted tears in their life, unless it's not their style. In that case, no you don't. I just summed up all outfits in Infinity, Nikki. You need it, unless it's not your style. Maybe I want you without socks? Haven't decided yet. I mean, Nikki foot works perfectly well. Thing is, you want her shoe to be a bit ethereal. The thing is, also for ethereal shoe, have an insane amount of ethereal shoe. That is a pretty ethereal shoe. That is a more grounded shoe. Where's the Tide Tear shoe? There's the Tide Tear shoe! You're my go-to ethereal shoe. It's kinda... It kinda ends up like being slightly believable. Like, this one is a floaty shoe. I don't use floaty shoes all that often. It's believable, but also it is just so fancy. That you're like, it doesn't look grounded in reality anymore. And that's kinda a thing. It's a vibe that I like on my platforms. I want the giant things here. Oh, so I have 366 radiant prisms remaining. Good to know. That's my exact number of radiant prisms. I want it to match the bodice vibe. But I don't want to bother unlocking the full color wheel. I think I did it. I think it kinda does the job. But it's kinda weird to just kinda that kinda sort of red mark directly on her ankle though. I feel like maybe a tiny bit more red in a tiny bit more places on the ankles. Not here. Maybe. Potentially. Could work. Now it's kind of like having a giant red spider on your leg. Yeah, giant red spider on your leg works. Probably not in every light possible, but giant red spider in your leg works. Just a very rubbery outfit. Now that the sun is is trying to raise. By the way, we're like right next to the Filipinas castle. It is why I'm here. I enjoyed this location very much. We get to figure out if we like it under different light conditions. Yeah. Yeah, that will do. That will do. Now, she is a bit bare though, so decoration ahoy. Probably don't want any sleeves on this. I like veils, but when it comes with a poofy butt, it doesn't quite mix. Just right. It's gonna obscure my view too much of her head. So also probably not. I do have sleeves, but I think they're not gonna... Maybe? I do like how one of the sleeves is currently waving at me. No. A floofy butt is making this sleeve really wave at me. I don't like that. Yes. The poofy butt discussion. There is quite a lot of semi-sleeves that I can slap on her. Those are my bracelets. That's not quite it. Semi-sleeves go in several categories. One is hand here. Why do I kind of like it? Why is this... It kind of... I feel like it kind of brings it down to reality to put something like this on your super magical magic dress. Did I whitewash any of this? Sorta. It's still a bit more pinky, this one, but it's not bad. I kinda really don't hate it. I feel like it's not white enough, though. What if I tried red? What if I whitewashed red? Me with sleeves. Come here. Come here, red. It's not this area that I'm more concerned about the bottom and the top. I like the red in the middle. Yeah, something like that. But I also want the little chains to be white, and I'm trying to figure out what controls the little chains. Are you the little chain? Probably not, but I can't figure out what you are. Are you the little... No, you're Ruffle. It's also Ruffle. Aha! I found you. Ooh. Yeah, I think if I take you outside. Yeah. You're doing your job, sleeve. Well done. It's kinda nice. Kinda nice. Meanwhile, like, yeah, sleeves. I found them. Found the sleeves. We definitely are gonna be chucking something on her hair. It's so nice, but it's like, it's the wrong color, all of you. Don't hate the deer. Don't hate the magic deer. Kind of merges with the hair. This is a lighter version of like magic deer. Not too shabby, but red inside hair, kinda with red hair, kinda just disappears into hair. Which is my problem. I don't want to slap too much color into it. That's just like a tiny bit of water that the dress came with that just kind of looks weird for me, honestly. That's gold is not her thing with this one, I think. Oh, that's kind of cute. Not entirely sure about the blue thingaling over there, but this is kind of. Nah, feather looks a bit too mundane. This is the other. I have a lot of like very goldy hair accessories. I have a video to release, which I think will come out tomorrow, where I just discuss the kind of things that I have, the kind of things that I have too much, the kind of things that I want more of when I break things down piece by piece. So when it comes to the kind of things that I have a lot of, these kind of weird hair half crown things, I have them in various different shapes and sizes. So it's kind of between you and some horns. And I think I want to bring you to red. It's not quite, doesn't quite die very well, that little jump, but it doesn't have to be exact. It just has to go with the vibe of the rest of the outfit. If I change it to red, it kinda does. Plus, it's nice that we have the hat category, because it means that if you wanna slap some hair thingalings, you can do it twice. You can layer hair thingalings. You can be the sparkliest thing to ever exist in the universe. If you wanted to. And I appreciate that. I definitely do appreciate that. So, Hat Medusa is a possibility. I kind of like her without any of that more right now. So I might leave her bare. Ooh. Kind of feels like a good place to slap a harvest blessing on the top of your head. Yeah. I hate Moonlit Oath Veil. Mostly because this thing. The only thing it didn't clip with was Bull Dicky. Rest in peace, Bull Dicky, you will never be forgotten. I like this idea, but I feel like it obscures what's already there. Now, the Daughter of the Lake Veil, a bit less clippy, but clippy nonetheless, and it is a shame because it looks pretty good from the front, and then from the back you constantly are staring at this. I wish that they would solve those problems. I don't like staring at this. This is another veil that's entirely not usable. Infinity Nikki, please do good. Please do better than this. Like, there's such pretty items, but you can never use it. No. This kinda... That's not bad. It's not bad for a more leisurely look. I do like these flowers as well. I think these flowers are really fun. I hate that this one is like a double layered thing. Like if I wanted to take it, I would also need to take the crown that it comes with. That really ruins its potential as coexisting. I don't really want a glass headpiece right now. I'm not hating it. These ones are a bit too spread out for this outfit, I think. That's a no. Funny bit is, I practically never use 3-star items because I tend to just like scroll until I'm past the 2 stars. And by that point, they tend to always like continuously go up. I think it's like several choices of flower that really goes down to. Like, this is not a bad flower, especially if I like changed its color. But this is also not a bad flower, especially if I changed the color. Yeah, they fixed Dicky after like the first day. There was no inspo, we're just doing it free in here. I wanted to have the final evolution in white, and then I realized that I can't get the yellow out, so then I added a little bit of red. So I started building from there. Which is something that I'm still doing. I'm gonna undye you for a second. You don't have a white palette, do you? Well, you sorta do, but I don't have the evolution for it. Which is a shame. Your red palette is gonna be pretty not great. Yeah, because the rest of the reds are behind an evolution. Let's instead investigate the plan that involves this. Maybe. I also have a chance to investigate the plan that involves just slapping some horns on it. It looks a bit weird when you recolor it. I don't know what would be the appropriate color for flowers in this case. Just, you know, my Nikki in here making gray flower wreaths. Like, that's a thing. Maybe some horns after all? I don't really like the new banners. We can come out of this place in a second. She might even look better with nothing. Yeah, I'm okay exiting. I was just testing some Nice. We can stare at the new banners. I don't like the top from this one, which is kinda its main thing. Like, this is not... The whole bloomers and straight down dress is really not my thing. Though, what I will say I like is I like the hat is a very funky vibe. And also, if I go into details, I like the fact that this thing is separate. So you can like do a necklace and some wings on yourself if you wanted. But because this is kind of like the main piece of the outfit, it's just like so not my thing. And this one just kind of falls a little bit flat, not gonna lie. It's not that it isn't pretty. It is. I just really don't see myself wearing it. Yeah, I don't blame you. I kinda... Yeah, the pointy hat is kinda cute. The pointy hat is kinda cute. But... then you're stuck with... whatever this is. Over here. That's the part of the outfit that I mainly dislike. It does have a very bedazzled leaf. But here's another thing. I never use handhelds. Ever. So, bedazzled leaf is kind of just lost on me. Let's try to add some other accessories. There are normally some earrings that are just my go-to. Mainly this one. I think it's gonna be this one this time. Just because it gives you volume. But it's hard to stand against Nikki's red hair. There was like another one, another very early 4-star. It also had like a frog umbrella, I forget what it was called. So if you have that one, you have something that's very similar already. I don't. But also, I don't quite necessarily want it? Do I want this in white? I want it to shine against her hair a little bit more. I think this will do it. Yeah, let's consume one dye prism. What's another dye prism? I only get like 15 of those a month though. I somehow keep on getting fairly okay outcomes with them in the refund events. Because normally it's like, you know, color your hair and then you get like 20 dye prisms out of that and so on and so forth. Maybe they're gonna run another one of those for 2.8. That would be nice. Because I definitely need to stock up on those dye prisms by this point. Currently, we are a little bit low. I normally really like the mermaid necklace, but like, feels somewhat wrong. I feel like a lot of things on her neck will just kinda... I want to bedazzle her in a way. I feel like a lot of my bedazzlements will just look too much. Maybe this one. Maybe this one's okay. That's the floral rebirth one. I think it's too lacy almost. Oh, right! You came with a necklace. I entirely forgot. My answer to it is no. Just, it takes away ethereal vibes. It doesn't add to them. That is an issue. Who are you? You're Spectral Mist. Too strong. Comes off as too strong. That's just kinda... very weak and elegant. I think it's a winning piece so far. I say to an item called Bone Cradled Dream. Too lacy. I really like Covenant of Time. Not something that I would wear with this outfit, but I just like how the necklace is just giving me all sorts of... It's not giving a coherent design, it's giving... it's giving somebody came in and swirled the metal around. And I do like that. I like that I have some pieces that don't make the most perfect sense. The 4-star Warm Miracle's neck scrunchie doesn't look too bad. But it is a neck scrunchie, which is kind of throwing me off. I think Bone Covenant is still winning. Okay, the pearl necklaces aren't too bad, but they almost look not white enough against everything else that I have in here. Damn you, pearls, for being just a twinge yellow. A Visionary Dreamer looks decent. Because it's almost not a necklace. I almost feel like maybe Visionary Dreamer goes better. It's like, it's such a twinge that it's almost not a necklace at all. Just sometimes the perfect thing that you need for decoration. She does have like a very weirdly elongated neck now. I want to kind of try the other one. I don't want my Nikki to be like 95% neck. That is not the point. Maybe. Just want her to be a little bit bedazzled. It feels like something is missing between this part and the rest of her bodice. Like there's empty space here. Which, ideally, be a bit filled with something. Obviously the wrong color, but it's not the worst option. Ooh, that is not only the okay color with this, that looks like an okay choice in general. Whispers of the Waves. Congratulations on producing a necklace that so far is kind of winning. That's definitely too busy. That's too standy outy. That is too red. Absolutely too red. And too blue. Pearls give a twinge of yellow again. That is a no from me. We have enough red. I think it's gonna be Whispers of the Waves. Hey, you don't look terrible. Now I feel like something is missing from the top of her head. Well, that and makeup. Like, maybe leaving her top of the head uncovered wasn't entirely the correct choice. I don't know how I feel about these. It is almost like running with a sculpture on your head, which for some reason feels so much worse than just carrying around a jellyfish, and I can't explain that. I don't really want to stab her with daggers. Just when you're like, should I do head daggers? Should I not do head daggers? If I wanted to, I can just like bring a whole ass Eureka with me on this thing. Not the worst option. What if the metal was white, though? That look better? Please tell me that I have white. I do have white unlocked. Of course I have white unlocked. How could I not have white unlocked on this? What are we dyeing here? I think it's the tiny bit around crosses. I want to keep the red, but I want to filter out the black. Ugh. Though, maybe. Very shiny. Yes. Nope, that's the red. I don't know what that is. I think this would be the maximum filtery outy the blackie. Which I don't know. I feel like I put beans into a necklace and slapped it on my head. Doesn't feel quite correct. Let's not have hair beans. I suppose a friendly jellyfish is always an option. So is a crown of thorns. Or just head bubble. I just don't look okay in dying. It's like there's just something. It's just like a twinge missing. I feel like this would at least give her height. I would need to figure out the proper coloring for it, but now she feels taller. Which is a lot more what I need her to be. So maybe I'll leave you with some antlers. Antler lady. That might not be the worst idea, actually. Thankfully, I do have, like, the full evo of this. So I do have all the dyeing possibilities. I want part of her antlers to be, like, simultaneously red and white, and that's just not something that you can do. And that is very unfortunate. Because, like, I would like this ombre bit to go white to red. Would be the best option. But I think that all you can do is subdue the green. It's like all the decorations is where you, like, trip and fall. Can I subdue the yellow on this better than I can subdue the green? Probably not. No. That subdues even worse. I wish that we kind of had, like, very straightforward dyeing. Where I wouldn't need to really worry about the color underneath. Because the reason why I have this one dyed in white is because this is about as white as it will go. This item in general. Can still slap you with face accessories, but one of the things to remember is that you don't want to put on too many things. And I slapped quite a lot of things on her already. Gloves might be an idea. The appropriate gloves look a little bit too growy on skinny at the moment. White ones are not too bad, but I feel like they're once again a bit just too much. That's... Floral Rebirth just came with so many pretty accessories. Almost still feel like it's almost a bit much. I just want like a twinge of something. I don't want like a whole... A lot, actually. Scales. Scales are a twinge of something. Hopefully, Peony hath had a good time. Maybe I can also slap some just like casual leg decoration. That's strong, but for this it's not bad. It's not bad. Now let's try slapping some makeup on. Now let's try slapping some makeup on, and I think this one might be done. Well, we'll have to try some wings to see if I want wings with this or not. I think she's quite a lot as it is. One of the issues with really liking Timeless Melody Hair Babes is that find the eyebrows with me. I like the sad eyebrows, but most of the time, whenever I'm testing out eyebrows, they're like entirely, completely beneath my hair. And I'm like, she never has eyebrows, it's fine. I need to judge which makeup is just too much and which isn't. That's actually kind of cute. Because I do want to bedazzle her. Yes, eyebrows are completely overrated. But I don't want to over-bedazzle her. That's probably over-bedazzling her. Still, it's funny how good Behind Prayers, like, Final Evolution makeup is. I always really like it. Kinda does make her face look small. Ooh. Hello there, panda, giving me very tired eyes. The one thing that's good about the free panda suit, man. Gives you the most tired appearance. That's way overdone. I'm not into theatrical red cheeks, but it almost goes in here. Almost goes well. Not the doll makeup. I think blue would be too much. Cloudy Dream gives her a very... It's like they just took her original face coloring and slapped some almost white powder on it. Like, it's barely there. I like it. Yeah, I can barely perceive it existing. Do I like the back stringy bit? Back stringy bit might need to be red. That's a lot of twinges of bedazzlement. I bedazzled the ever-living everything out of her. She's bedazzled to heavens and back. Aha! Found you. Ooh. What if I read? What if I read indeed? Kinda looks good. Just like a twinge of I have murdered somebody in the sea and it's following me around. Yeah, I think this constitutes an outfit. Now, I wanted to select one of the bleakest beaches that I can imagine for my summertime photos because I was like, this is a vibe. This is like proper vibe. But now I do have the issue of there is not a lot of actual light to take photos in here. Also, do I want a pair of wings on this or no? My gut is saying nah. Because she is a lot. I think slapping a little bit more on her makes this too much. Yeah, my gut is correct. The answer for this one is nah. How do I make lighting be normal? Also, get off my beach. I'm having... I picked this one out just for myself. You can't be on it. Just... We're in the desolation that's just off Philomena's castle. God, the lighting in here is so weird. Maybe if I stood in water... Like, it's a very picturesque place. But I'm wearing something that's very brightly colored in a very picturesque place. I'm also gonna not make it portrait view. Simply because I've recently went through and deleted majority of my album. And I was judging which picture was for myself and which picture was for YouTube short based on whether or not it was in portrait view. Because when it's in short, I always do it in portrait view. Because, you know, short is vertical. So, the pictures in portrait view kind of look weird in your own album when you're going through. Because it's just, it's sideways until you click into it, but it also, it frames Nikki very well, so I don't blame for people using it, but let's go without that. That's what I'm trying to say. It is too much, but this is normally how I do my outfits. I make them both, like, too much and not, like... You want to not completely overdo the outfit? What even is this expression? It just looks like she ate something tasty while leaving the water. Yeah, it looks weird. They always like do it sideways and I'm like, eh, don't do that. Look better when they're not sideways. I like this expression. Ooh. If I hit her with even more light in an already lit place. Nice. It's very nice. Do I want to stylize this? Oh god. A lot of these like really wash out color. So we normally don't use them. But this is already in red and white. So like you're barely washing anything out. Like, not bad. That one was way too bright. Eh. I've seen so many people like have so much fun with this filter in particular because it makes everything look a little bit like an oil painting, and I kind of hate it because it's kind of shakes things up a bit. Let's do one without any filter. I don't know if I super love the bottom of her skirt having this yellow bit over here. But I also don't want to remove it. So I'm keeping it for now. I think a tiny bit of uncoordination can just, like, can go a long way. Where did my skirt fishies go? Oh. Skirt fishies decided to not be here today, I guess. It's a shame. I do enjoy them. Ooh! Skirt fishies returned! Nice. There we go. We're staring at a fishy while having a skirt fishy. Perfect. How long did it take me? Over... Yeah, like an hour and 11 minutes to do one outfit, so a thumbs up me. I'll definitely want to speed things up. I want to make at least one outfit with one of the non-final evolution versions of Rippling Reverie. I kind of want to slap a wing on it as well. I honestly love this coloring. I might start with this. Like, with one of the pre-prepared colorings that I already have, it will make things go a tiny bit faster this time. But now I can't select between the two that I made, god damn it. It's... They're both cool for their own reasons. I'll go with the green. Why not? And I know that I have wings that match this. There we go. This is our starting position. I've decided. I might do the last one with deep blue, but I don't know whether it should do deep blue or pink. I've done pink before and I really enjoyed it, but also it felt too tame. In a way. Actually, let me just put you on the floor for a second. Thank you! That's a lot easier to style. Now, I love how some of their, like, shoes actually change animations. Yeah, I should maybe make one in pink. But, like, I hate that her dress animation is just in the air. So she's, like, always permanently floating. It sometimes doesn't bother me, but sometimes it, like, really bothers me. Nikki, land! Please! Maybe I don't want shoes. That is an option. Didn't fully consider it up until now. I do like the Sea of Stars shoes as well. I feel like they end up in quite a few of my outfits. Like, I never use Sea of Stars dress, but I do use Sea of Stars shoes. So that's something. It is! For one thing, this is the shoe that it comes with, which is not a shoe. It's decisively not a shoe. It's because she's so fairy-like. So it's like... she's barely on the floor, she likes hanging in the air, not really having a real shoe makes sense for her. Well, in most outfits, it's very light outfit. But do I want a sock? Sock with no shoe feels kind of weird. But also I like bedazzled feet. I do have a tiny bit of a remainder of a burger. I haven't eaten in so many days. And yesterday I just told my husband to buy McDonald's. It really disagrees with my stomach. But also, it beats not eating. And when I'm sick, I can't eat. Well, not always, but sometimes you get too sick for food. And then afterwards you kinda look for any kind of heavier food to eat. To make up for all the time when you couldn't eat. If bedazzled leg, I think this one makes the most sense. Yeah! I think somebody's into feet. An unfold. Because this is the legendary not shoo shoo. There's the... This outfit's not shoo shoo. 2.1 fairy outfit had a heel without the shoe. Don't worry, it's fine. It's just... migraine hit me very hard. And then my whole body decided to inflame. Nah. No, but also... This reminds me how I wore the friggin' She is Wildfire through like one of the patch cycles recently. I think it was like 2.5 or 2.6. Or like, I let the whole... It was 2.6. I let the whole thing just kind of go poof over it. And it gave a lot of funny joy. Migraines do suck. Especially when they decide that, like, doing something fun is stressful because travel is involved. And then you kind of trigger a migraine off that. Because that's what happened for me. And now, like, midway through this week, the weather's gonna get hot. And it's gonna stay like that for like a week. So there's a chance that I'm also gonna trigger it off hot weather. Not a fan of summers. just really not a fan of summers. Cold air would be kind of bad if it was, like, really cold. AKA if I go outside. Ooh. Really like these flowers with this outfit. If it's, like, so cold that you go outside and it hits your sinuses really bad, because it's, like, cold, dry air, that's also not great. But when you're constantly, like, overheating, yeah, it hits migraines bad as well. I like autumn. Autumn's nice. I don't even mind spring outside of that dread that, like, my allergies are about to kick up and the bad season is coming. I feel like she could do with something like a bit more over here. Yeah, autumn is nice. I don't actually dread winter. At least not where I'm currently living. Because in England, the winters are normally not that... They're not, like, super cold. Minuses are fairly rare, and, like... If there's snow and ice, then practically the whole country stops. Because the roads don't know how to deal with it. Mind you, electricity gets pretty expensive. And it can just feel like chilly, but it's not. Summer kind of feels more like it's full-on survival mode. Well, winter is like, it's not like the most comfortable season, but like, what can you do? Plus, you can only like always put like another extra layer on. But you can't undress past the point where you would be taking off your skin. Or rather, you can't just like take off your skin and just like put it somewhere. That is a weird one. Oh, right! You're in Australia, right? Or somewhere else where, like, the seasons are inverted? I say as if where I live is, like, the default. And not just another place humans exist. This feels like a lot of things piled on her head, but not necessarily in a bad way. I don't think that the clipping is bothering me. Yeah! Invertee season, please. Ooh. But do I want butterflies in her ears? Or do I want something else? Now that is like proper spring summery. This is one of my favorite earrings. I might end up going with it. It's like, I have two very highly used earrings, which is where Wangshang weaves life. Ooh. Maybe I'll go with that. And my second most used one is Tide of Tears earrings. Those are like... They're so chunky, and they add like so much to the image. But at the same time, they're just like... They're not too much. So like, if you want to busy up the head, they do a great job. I really dig the flowers too. I think she's very summer vibes. Behind Prayer's earring is way too heavy. Oh, the floral rebirth one is kind of cute. It's unlike all the other ones. It's like barely there, but it's like just a twinge of earring. I say that, but if I wore that in real life, it would be a pretty massive earring. But when you like pile on so many things on Nikki's head, it just kind of blends into the background. I am trying to remember. It's the 4-star that came with this set. I don't hate the gloves. They're not counted as gloves. They're counted as bracelets, so I don't hate the bracelets that it comes with. I think it would be a bit too much on the hands with this one. Timeless Melody ones are like similar, but more fabric. But I think that wearing something like this would be a vibe here. Ooh. Oh no. Oh no, I clicked into Tide of Tears gloves. That's also a vibe. Magic hands. It does to me too. I like how I found the one outfit where I like really dig both the wings and the dress. Cause I so dislike the dress for the 1.6 thing, but like this thing. Just like... I really wanna slurp it. Or chew it. It feels like it's like animated gelatin. It's like really weird. And like, the wings of course are spectacular. I would say that the final evolution ones are the ones that are the most spectacular. But in general, they're like just, they're pretty cool. Like, all versions of them are like pretty cool. I think Tide of Tears gloves go better. I do want something on the neck though. But Alden looks so edible. Let me slurp just a tiny bit of my dress, please. I feel like almost like throwing something minimal like the fairy tale swan necklace would do. But I'm not entirely sure if I want the fairy tale swan necklace. Snowy Ballad doesn't look too bad either. It's just... it's something a bit soft for this kind of fit. Snowy Ballad might do. It is bluey, but also the hair flowers of hers are bluey. I'll chew on the dress all that I want to. If I take her into real life... okay, this lighting doesn't look too bad. It's... the only thing is that maybe her bare feet are colored just a tiny bit off. Like, maybe they could do a, like, cooler tone. But other than that... oh god, I want to eat this dress so bad. You have this one, which is still, like, pretty edible. And, like, this one. Slurp. It's also, like, such a... like, you make an outfit, and then you switch through your like, outfit things. And then you're like... It's such a... it hits you with, like, such a different vibe that it kinda whiplashes me a little bit whenever you do it. I need you to get grounded. Thank you. Hey, what about you? This is practically... well, it is the same shoe, it's just... yeah. It's just in more of, like, bluey-greeny twinge. Subdued lime flavor jelly. I imagine this one would be like. Is it just me? But like, you feel like it would be kind of like bit watery? Not like an overly saturated flavor. But still like, just like, nice little subdued taste. I like how any kind of... you can make any kind of outfit, and the moment you put more edgy makeup on Nikki, the outfit looks a lot more edgy than you intended it to look. Yeah, I want something like this. Something that's very minimal. is one of those where we could actually have heavier eye makeup if we wanted to. That of Tears one looks a bit too heavy. Trying to remember, there we go. This is the crying one. Kinda weirdly like it. Not entirely sure if it goes with such a subdued lip. I feel like I'm quite overusing the mermaid set one, which I believe is this one. But honestly, the mermaid set one will probably be the best here. This is too cold almost. That lip is better because while it's subdued, it still has a bit of normal lip shade, while this one just, it looks sad, which is its intent. We don't blame it for looking sad, but that's not what we need right now. I don't know what these eyebrows did, but she looks better now. Practically nothing. I think it changed, like... With this hair, the only thing it does is it changes where the eyebrow begins. You can also interpret it as a unibrow with this hair, but... We assume that she has normal eyebrows, okay? Do I want eye makeup? And by eye makeup, I mean mascara. It's funny, mascara is always like such a small difference. Like, you can match it to whatever outfit you're using in Nikki. Maybe white. Because it looks a bit magical. But actually, I'll leave her without mascara. She looks a bit more natural this way. I mean, duh. Nice. I love those swings. And that dress is just so edible. I really want to buy it. I already like that picture. A lot of water in here. I say, as if I'm not expecting to find water inside the place with the water, aka a beach. I'm good with words today. I don't like how she's like holding one of her hands through her dress. That's not too bad. Just when she starts like raising them. I mean, I don't mind. Strawberries on outfits make it like 10 times as edible. Very tasty. I know what you mean. When you're like, no, edible outfit. This is 10 out of 10 edible outfit. I love, like, I'm normally not like a After Effect girly all that much, but it's just, there's a certain level of maximalism that you can hit with outfit effects, where it will switch from I want realistic outfits to never mind. I kinda, yeah, I'm all for it. And this outfit, like, hit quite a number of those. Like, if it was a normal outfit, I think the never-ending hollow fish would irritate me. But it's not a normal outfit. And it has, like, a skirt made out of water. Its wings are a light effect, so, like, there's just, like, a level of overloading things with After Effects where I'm like, yep, nope, I'm here for it. I'm here for this outfit. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, normally give me a toggle for effects here. I'm cool with it. That's fine. The fish are just fishing. It is. It's kind of bad that the patch is sort of not there. But I think I'm gonna be happy wearing this to patches that will be there. He's like, hey, would you like a bite out of my imaginary outfit? It's kind of like, it's why I like this pose. Because it has an imaginary apple. But oftentimes you can use it in ways that just like makes it kind of sweet and not imaginary apple themed. Honestly, there are so many things from 2.x that I'm using. From like the Ixalan saga. I feel like developers did quite a great job on things like banners and poses. Even if it's not like super different from Wishfield, but it just feels like they took Wishfield and just carried up a notch, if anything. So, good. Would it be nice if we had other culture-inspired outfits? Yeah. But am I using more Wishfield outfits or more Ixalan outfits? I would say I'm using more Ixalan outfits with Wishfield outfits sort of playing a supporting role. Yeah, they're very pretty. Very pretty. Though I honestly think with the way that my wardrobe is now, if Blooming Dreams, aka the fairy dress from 1.0, came back, it would fit right in. Like, I would still want it. Exactly. Like, I feel like some items, I just have a lot of them when I had none of them before, pretty much. Which is great, because I like piling things on my hair. I don't know which pose I want here, honestly. This one isn't too bad, I suppose. She's very inviting? Question? Lost in thought, maybe? Ponderous. Which is great, considering that we're standing in a sea. Almost a pond. There we go. Very big of a mood change from this to this. God, she's tasty. Yeah, Bergsolians, they like... I don't know how to even describe their it's very Roman roby, travel-esque. I would love to be able to have something like that. I want to do one last rippling Reverie style, and I think I'm gonna try pink. This is my previous pink, kinda honestly like it, but this one is a bit more obnoxious and on the nose, I guess. This is like more purpley, but then I subdued it with some white, which I enjoy. Maybe I should try obnoxious and on the nose. Eh. I want to take it down a notch from being yellow to like a full-on pink territory. It is kind of interesting that they gave like the first evolution is like almost purpley, but it's very pink leaning. And then the glow up is just like obnoxious and pink. I find it interesting because they're pretty like close together color-wise. You would think that they would have gone for something maybe a bit more different. I think if I do this pink, it goes better. I don't want to entirely take out the yellow. But I do want to take it out a little bit. Like, just drag it closer to pink than yellow. I think this sort of does it. It's one of my favorite ways of using the dye system as well. Maybe the fish. Maybe the fish can be, I don't know, a bit lighter? A bit lighter in color. So it's closer to like their original yellow, but not quite. One of my favorite way of using the dye system is to dye outfits a little bit. Like, you're still trying to sort of preserve the idea as to what the outfit is supposed to be, but you're making tiny changes to it. So that is just a twinge different. I like to tweak it, is effectively what I'm trying to say. There is a lot of shoes that I have that will sort of fit this vibe. I think I might just go with Whispers of the Waves Echoes. The vibe is fairly lightweight. I thought about maybe redying one of these. But I might just go with this. I think this does it. The last time when I've done an outfit like this, I do want actually a head jellyfish this time around. Feel like I'm not using her enough. My friend. Come here, friend. Let's be friends. And I will want you in maybe like closer to pink. I feel like the yellow inside it gets very pronounced. Yeah. I feel like the last time I've done one in pink, it just something was up. With either the makeup or something else, it wasn't quite what I wanted it to be. I sort of want to give her a smaller wing. But also we're approaching a point where it's almost too much. And we have done that in like 3 items. Ooh. And this one is a bit more natural. Yellow is okay, but I'll do proper pink, I think. I do see the whole crystal-esque Oh, I kinda wish we just had like an outfit out of crystals now. I think that would be nice. Or an outfit out of church glass. Just, you know, window pane dreams. There you go. Infold, I even gave you a banner name. Call it Window Pane Dreams. I wish that these things would at least go on both sides. I like the earring, but it's very interesting, to say the least, to only have like one earring. Jellified crystal? Or church glass? Yes. Agreed. Provided that they're comfortable. Like, I don't actually know how something like this would feel to wear. These are massive. These earrings, I mean, it's even getting like caught on Nikki's shoulder. I would like something that's like fitting for earrings, but not too much, because in here everything is quite a lot as it is. Maybe. I think it's the best out of what I have right now, but no. I want them smaller. Ooh. But I think that these ones hang kind of low. Those ones are very little. A singular earring feels a bit weird to wear. I'm all for like asymmetrical earrings. But I feel like at that point you want more rather than less. Like 3 on one side, 1 on the other. But I am biased because that's my own earring layout in real life. I want them to also be kind of on topic, though. I don't hate this one so far. Is it on topic? Not really. But I don't hate it. I feel like I could do something with that. And I don't hate the fluffy ones either. Maybe I should try the fluffy ones. Fluffy ones also had a 4-star fluffy collar, if I remember correctly. Yeah, very fluffy. Weird combination, but once again, I don't hate it. The whole idea, after all, with this one is to be a little bit different. Though I think something like this, a Cloud Reverie one, might be a bit better. I do hate how it has like a little bit of yellow that's undyeable. In the jellyfish, I mean. It almost reminds me of a broken egg. Ooh. That wouldn't be the worst choice. This feels like both too much and not too much at the same time. I'm gonna say not this outfit. That's the necklace that it came with. I'm just wondering, should I actually wear it? Because I practically never do. And it does feel kinda too much. Let's scroll back down to Cloud Reverie. That's the lace. Can I just make you a little bit pink themed? Maybe you too. I don't know. It's like, it needs something. Okay. Let's try the scrunchie. Hi, moisture. It's like, if there's one outfit that should be too much, it's this one. Because she's already very bold. So if anyone's gonna wear a neck scrunchie, it's probably gonna be her. Bold. You see, the dress is kinda... It's not just pink. It has like tones of fleshy and orangey and yellowy. So if the necklace wants to survive, it has to like live up to similar ideals. This might be the wrong color, but let's try. Yeah, I would like to take down the depth of the middle bit. But I feel like it's sorta on the right track. Thank you for landing, Nikki. Please stay standing. I feel like with this necklace you can either have too much depth or no depth at all. It does bother me. Then I feel like I go and I seek depth in other places, like... Like the collection of glasses that I have. I wasn't in that dye makeup already. I hope it goes well. It's 7 a.m. where I am. It's not that late. Whenever I do stream kinda early hours of the morning. Ideally like a 3 or 4. But there was an update between 3 and 4 today. It feels wrong, but it feels right. The glasses, I mean. I'll probably keep it. Hello, 11 p.m. How are you doing? The lipstick almost feels correct here. Like, with this outfit in particular, I'm like, what do I subdue and what do I keep very, very prominent? Because you can go all out in here. Or you can go all out halfway. And both will work. But in different ways. Good. This little bit of orangey color, I feel like it merges the glasses with the non-glasses fairly well. It's not even a sentence. No, this shade is very similar, but it's more reddish. Me and my Nikki's 5 million lipsticks. Maybe this? Maybe. She does need some eyebrows. This eyebrow would do. Yeah, I feel like our glass selection could definitely be a lot better. That's too much. That's too much. Ooh. That sort of very whitish and cold makeup might actually work well here. What if I switched my eyeballs? What if I switched my lipstick? It's our head friend. We don't eat head friend. We celebrate head friend. It lives on my head. I honestly thought that maybe I would like the one that's kinda a halo a bit more because I don't actually have halos. But then I decided that no, I actually do not. The only type of jellyfish that I do like is the one that just kinda... that sits directly on your hair. I wanna figure out if I want sleeves or not. Because she does feel like she's a lot. How much almost feel like sleeves are too much in this case. Unless maybe it's the banner sleeves. The banner sleeves might be okay. In fact, this might be one place to actually use the banner leg as well. No, I think that would be too much. Well, rather, this is gloves. And the banner gloves are just... Both the banner gloves and the banner socks are definitely something else. And I will probably be using it outside of the banner. That makes her hand like too yellow. It also feels like disproportional with her leg. What if I tried a different color? This one will be softer. No, that's too soft. What if I tried without it? I feel like without it entirely, it might be something missing. What if I tried some sleeves? It doesn't quite pop like the dress does. What if I just took off the gloves? Feels like there could be something. Something just a little bit extra. But she's already quite a lot extra, which is why it's so hard. I mean, I really enjoy it myself. Hey, you might be the right kinda extra. Yeah, okay, I dig that. I gave her claws, and now it feels right. Please explain me to myself. Thank you. Now I need to understand if I want the pink hair or if I want the more flesh-toned hair. Definitely pink. Flesh-toned looks kind of weird. It's one of those parts of the 1.8 banner, the cat banner, that I really ended up using quite a lot. Now, do I want to stick with these shoes? Probably yes. Do I want to add anything to the leg? Yes, I do. Actually. Is this the right shoe color for these shoes? Does yellow look really off in here? No, actually, it sorta doesn't. Maybe I should... Don't know, maybe I should make it a bit more orange leaning. Because I'm thinking between shoes and glasses? What area is that one even? Just the heel? Aha! There you are. What if I turned up the orange? Yeah, this might be a very weird way of making it mixy-matchy. Yes, when you just like, your pose just like runs away without you. I have those poses, so... Outfit poses. Is it you? Bye! It's like Nikki ignores that the camera is even present. She's off doing her own thing. Surrounding area is too small. But not for this one. Are we sure? The one thing about glasses that I don't love is the fact that glasses reflect a lot. This is such a hard pose to use. Because there's just so... She's not very photogenic when you stop her movements. She legitimately, with this one, is just like... really going places. What if I added a bit of atmosphere to our going places? She's very bright with this one. I like the atmosphere, but also feels like Nikki's trying to burn off my retina, which I don't quite enjoy. You know, I enjoy it a little bit. Just not too much. I think it's because the lighting is from this side. What a weird pose, though. I do really like this place for looking very desolate. So it does feel like Nikki. And absolutely nothing else. It's like you're chasing this like little flower over here that then like blossoms into a big one. Honestly, I think if Nikki like strolled in and did anything in the Stylist Guild by this point, like nobody would find it weird because it's Nikki. And Nikki's just like that. Though I will say that all the other poses that are even harder to use are the poses that come with this outfit. Mainly because Nikki floats with all of these, but the game is very concerned that you're gonna try and upskirt Nikki, so they make Nikki see-through in majority of the floaty poses. So like you get this weird Nikki techno ghost. Which potentially is also not a bad thing. I don't want to have just zoomed out poses with this one. It's just, there's a lot of environment and there's a very floaty Nikki. And it's 2 poses now where she is chasing something. Yeah, just like, who are you dressed for this Halloween? Oh, you know, Techno Ghost. Just when you want to be like peak see-through. That's your Halloween costume. Aw, you look so disappointed, Nikki. And she bashes into Techno Ghost territory and then she goes hi. It does give her, actually, I kinda dig this. Gives her a fairly, like, serious look. Well, she's also high up in the sky. Yeah, it's kinda nice, this one. I think the whole nail thing is working very well. Okay, so we have our red deer Nikki. I might tweak the red deer later on because I still don't know how I feel about the yellowy bits. Then we have our green fairy Nikki. I like the yellow one this time. I mean, I like the pink one this time around. I love that jellyfish on my head. I think this is a good outfit. I think all of them are kind of good outfits. And now, I want us to have a bit of a free-for-all. Or rather, I want to make a couple of summary outfits. Specifically 2. And summary is not really a theme, so I want it to be breezy, flowy, short, that sort of thing. And I feel like that's gonna be a bit of a struggle. Because I don't tend to wear anything breezy, flowy, or short on my Nikki. Maybe if it's a 2-piece. The issue with like this one, with the top, is that I never know what to put it with. Because I can put it with what it came with, but it's not quite the vibe that I'm going for. I want something that's very breathy. Very light, is what I'm trying to say. Underwear is indeed very short, but not quite... Let's not quite go there, but like... Summer vibes, is what I'm trying to say. I so hate that this skirt you can't dye. I am gonna do one thing though. I'm gonna stand up and open the window. Because it's getting a bit warm.
Okay.
I think this doesn't quite move the microphone. But do tell me if we suddenly start sounding like we're in the wind tunnel. I put my fan on a very small setting. Don't need it high, it's not a hot day. It's just that everything is closed because I'm streaming. So the weather, the inner room temperature climbs up over time. Good. That means I did it right. That means that the fan is not angled directly at the microphone where I don't want it. Rather, I do want the fan to be angled away from the microphone and not into the microphone. I feel like nothing quite catches the same vibe as the top. Like, this is almost closest breezy top that I have to it. Outside of, like, a full mermaid fit. Haven't worn the full mermaid fit in so long. Maybe I should. Maybe I should make one outfit around the full mermaid fit. I feel it's so hard to style, though. It's not that, like, I don't like it, but it's... This outfit by itself is quite a lot. The tail and everything. I end up making her look very vertical whenever I try, I feel like. I mean, yeah, that's kind of the point of mermaid, I would assume. Okay, my kitty wants out.
If Kitty wants out, then Kitty goes out. Yeah.
It was Han. He was just loafing around in here until he decided it's not what he desires in life, and that's fair enough. I don't even know what color I should go for this. Have it in like blue and pink and yellow. Exactly. Like, it's so... It's kind of like you style it with its own thing or not at all. Pretty much. Which is one of my problems with it. How would it look in green? Let's try. Something like this green. This green is free. I don't suppose I could just... Oh. Okay. I expected it to be a lot worse. To just like slap it like this. But it's not too bad. Kind of like the scales of the depth of like green like this. It's almost like a rich color. It is kind of hard to match though. Think this would be? No, wait. We're just on the wrong palette. It's fine. Ooh, yeah. It's almost giving bronze. Kind of this... You know when bronze like ages and it just like turns greenish over time? That's what I'm thinking. It is very texture. It is kind of funny to just, like, put her into no shoes. Because it just kind of goes, squish! She's meant to have at least some shoes, I believe. These are the shoes that she came with. And no one is gonna see underneath the dress. Ooh. I like the sleeves. Tie-to-tear sleeves. With the mermaid. Because it's like, it's almost like giving mystique. Also rich. It's very much giving rich. Ooh. That is a deep hue. That is like a really deep hue. I like it, but like not everywhere, just like a little bit. Yeah, that's nice. That will work. Yeah. It looks it looks weirdly like fresh and rich at the same time. She will need some sort of amount of decals. I'm almost thinking maybe tie-to-tears. Just because it gives like a lot of head happenings. I could slap like a full-on head-on Wang Shang accessories onto her. These flowers almost like feel correct. Like something that's both like a lot but not too much. That is such a weird statement. To just be like, yeah guys, I want like, ooh, a lot but not too much. These are like the points where something goldeny like this is actually hitting the right way. I think I'm gonna try with something goldeny like this, maybe. I like the green, but I feel like we already used it today. That's another one. It's like a deep gold. I feel like these ones, maybe. These ones should be used. Do I want to slap something on top of that? Ooh. I don't really like how it interacts at the bottom, though. It's one of the reasons why I don't wear this outfit together. It's because the veil kind of falls through the tail. It is also lag central to do something like this. But it's just... when you want a lot of fabric... when you're like, it's time for all the fabric in the world. That's kind of like... when you slap it. It's like, A little hat. Yeah, but I don't have it yet. I have everything but the final evolution. I'm on week 2 out of 7. I think I'm slightly behind because when I finished the previous miracle outfit, I just stopped doing those. I assumed that the next one will come with like its own currency. I don't know why. And I have a feeling that they might give us another one in 2.8. But at the same time, I feel like normally they give us a bit of time to catch up for other players, so I don't know how that's gonna work. I do kinda sorta even like the horns here. She started as like a summery outfit. She's about to be like bedazzled. She's gonna start looking like a very rich fortune teller lady. Yeah, I'm kind of behind on it. But like, I am on time if it comes to just starting it when 2.5 came. But because I wasn't doing it when I had nothing to evolve, I'm behind compared to other players. Well, I mean, she has like plenty of breathable space. It's a lot of, you know, openness to this outfit. But also, she's like... It kind of reminds me of whenever you have like some sort of alluring evil supernatural force in like a fairy tale, and they're meant to look as seductive as possible, and they're just like bedazzled head to toe. Like, when you're starting to lose track of what is skin and what is gold, like, that's the kind of vibe that she's giving to me. Yeah, I think I want some nails. Like, be the supernatural force that lures ships into shipwrecks, you know? Just stand somewhere in the middle of the sea just singing to all the sailors. I think blindness would be maybe a bit too much. If you offer me a jellyfish. Come. We have head jellyfish. They're very squishy. You can eat the jellyfish. Just come with us. You can taste the jello. You know, it's funny. There's also a new contest posted for the photography stuff. I do sort of need a picky for it. I'm not entirely sure that any outfits that we have over here will do. But I'm almost tempted to try. The orange kind of looks okay here, honestly. You know, I never tried this outfit in, like, this kind of greenish gold color. And I think it's the best color to have for an outfit like this. Do I want to hang anything off your ears? The answer will probably be yes, but like what? Yeah, whatever that is. Whatever that is, it will work. Let's bedazzle your face for like 5 million times extra. This is absolutely a 5 million times extra sort of outfit. Has like jellyfish everywhere. Oh yeah. I think I like the mermaid outfit like this. When you stop treating it like a mermaid and start treating it like the amount of bedazzle that, ooh, it shows up in the camera so well. The amount of bedazzle that we gave it. Yes. That's like, dress up, no. Getting bedazzled, yes. I'm just gonna take a picture of her assist. She even looks good with her eyes closed, though it does appear as if she's sniffing something. She's like, that breeze. Yeah, this outfit is so nice. I think this is the first time when I'm actually, like, really enjoying the mermaid ever since getting it. She looks really good. But, so, current adventure, Starlight Contest. The vibes are dazzling spotlight. Can I make it happen? In here. That's the question. I'm thinking... I'm thinking these things? Now, I don't expect to win. And if you win, you don't really get anything anyway. I just don't want to be too far off theme. Also, I want to make it my own. That is very bedazzled and very spotlighty, if you ask me. What if I time? What if we nighttime? I need to figure out which outfit I want to go with. You don't quite look good with the decorations, even though I really like that fit, so I'm just gonna take our Pinky Princess over here. I'm gonna, like, enter that competition while we're still here, and then we still have, like, one more outfit to design. Yes! Just... Because, like, why not? I feel very much like I'm asserting dominance with this sort of setup. Almost feels like something is a little bit missing. Confetti! My Nikki is like, look, if all of that's not enough, how about some confetti? How about on top of everything else, some confetti? What about outfit poses? Because all of these will have a lot of after effects. I probably shouldn't try to shoot them, right? Like, that is not a very dazzling spotlighty of me. Just like pulling out a rifle. I do like this pose. It looks so weird on her leg, though. I'm thinking maybe from a bit further away, like here. Yeah. Think we got it. Current adventures. Let's enter it. I make the spotlight and I bring it with me. That looks about worth of about 30 points, I would say, which is about what I normally get. Like, if I look at my submission history, I've done this one for Azure Summer with I'm spending my Azure Summer outside as I'm struggling to find any patch in this patch. There is Crimson Echoes, which Let's Burn Together with Desire, Salt-Eyed Song, The Water Sings for You Its Mournful Song. That's the last time that I used the... how is it called? The Mermaid set? I didn't quite like it back then because I made it very vertical. Beyond moonlight, we meet to dance beneath the fake sky, as if in a trance. Tidal Requiem, water ripples, water flows, you will be remembered, it's okay to go. And I normally get around 30 upvotes, which is about exactly what I'm seeking. Anyway, I littered the beach enough. Let me just collect my spotlight back. Nice. Anyway, we have one more outfit left to go. And it's summery, breezy. What do I want to do with it? That's the good question. You see, I kind of hate because majority of the fits that I have, they're gonna be like big and long. Because like these. Because normally I'm into longer dresses rather than shorter ones. And like, I kinda wanna also wear She is Wildfire, but maybe not for this patch cycle, I'm just thinking. Because it's not quite... It is a very, like, short, nice structured dress, but it's not quite summery and breezy vibes. The same way that as I like Floral Rebirth, but it's not quite summery and breezy vibes. I need something more breathy. It's like, it's short, but it's full. At the same time, which is kinda my problem with these sort of things. Out of all of the summery and breezy vibes, that's probably the most summery breezy thing that I've looked at so far. That is what I tried a little bit before. She's definitely like very flowery. Maybe. She's very flowery. Yeah, actually. That could be outfit 7. It's just because she's like full on very floral, but I'm not entirely sure like is she quite lightweight enough to bask in the summer sun effectively. Yeah, I mean, she's definitely not very wintry. You wouldn't, like, walk out in this, like, in the winter. I mean, you could, but you would be cold. Presumably. I haven't tried styling her darker version yet. So that's also something to think about. This is we're sitting on the darker version right now. Also, I like Wangsheng shoes, but I never use them. It's almost weird to have like Nikki's foot raised up like this and flat. Almost feels like it's shortening her leg. What if green? Ooh, what if water? This would be something to mix up the water shoes with. But also, what if proper shoe? Like, this is just a very normal proper shoe. It's not very shiny. But not every shoe has to... This is definitely an over-decorated shoe. That's another very just regular normal shoe. It's the banner that just reran. And I got its last recolor. I mean, yeah, probably wearing water, you would think, would have a cooling effect on your legs. I never tried wearing, like, jelly shoes before. Not entirely sure how that feels. A lot of these shoes are very different vibes, I would say. Maybe like something like this. I feel like I don't tend to like wear 4-star shoes enough. Ooh. Definitely not very summery though, very booty. I don't... Not booty as in... You pack a lot of trunk, but like booty as in boots. You have a lot of boot on your leg. Why do we have so many shoe that is completely not shoe? Why so many shoe that's without the shoe bit of shoe? This, you know, sometimes you go shoe shopping and then it just becomes booty, and that is how it is. I think if I greenify it a little bit, it kind of goes with the dress. It's kind of like this light, more effortless shoe. I don't think I'm gonna wear the outerwear with it. Oh god. Yeah, do you want to see, like, my pull savings right now? It's this. Not very good. I have, like... What is this, like, 60 pulls combined? Not very good. We're definitely not getting anything next banner, and that's fine. We have a lot of water to be enjoying. It's good to take breaks between banners. I say to myself, I'm 100% believing that it is definitely a healthy thing to do. I almost feel like I'm gonna be overusing these sleeves. But also, maybe I shouldn't put them with this outfit. They're very stringy. Nikki will definitely be having some sleeve dirt problem, I think. Not for this. It's at the right place, but not for this. No, we don't need this. It is, but like, she's just dragging that shit all over the floor. In the beach right now, no less. Maybe her textures are like magic infused, so they can't get dirty. Maybe that's what it is. I kind of like this. Just like this little string bit. What do you look like in the... Why do I like this little stringy bit? It's like... It feels just the right amount of string. Let me just re-put it on to reset her animation. There we go. It's just very lightweight, kinda very flowy. I don't think that it's a horn day today. They would fit, but it's not like not quite. Could be an over-decorated head day. That is a possibility. It's kinda... It's almost giving romanticism here. Like, you know, when you just walk into your desolate beach and sigh at the sea. I mean, okay, you have a point. It's over-decorated, like, head day is something that I really like from my Nikki. It's one of those things where I can't quite have enough in this game. Like, if you want, give me all the head decoration. All the head decoration. I'll take it all. And people will be like, Mirta, You already have 110 bits of head decoration, and I will be like, yeah, cool, another one won't hurt, right? What's 110th bit of head decoration, eh? A bit of blue moon here. Wanna do a bit like a bit more green here, but maybe not with this bit because it just becomes really dark. What about with you? Yeah, this would be the right bit to dye, I think. What if I brighten you? Brightening you would work. Just, I don't want it too dark. Do you wanna... Yeah, maybe a giant bright ball. As opposed to a dark ball? It does have a bit of a different flavor depending on the side that you look at. That is good over decorated head though. Maybe the ball should actually be darker. Maybe it's better to have a darker ball. Kind of looks like I'm trying to match it to her pendant. Yep, that feels like the right color for the ball. I do too. I like the head ball. What else do I want to slap on you? That's definitely too much. It's not mandatory to even slap anything on. I'm just scrolling in case I want to. It's not like anyone's holding me hostage going, Mirta, you have to slap more accessories. More! More! It's not that I have to slap more accessories, it's that I normally really like slapping accessories. But no, I feel like if we slap anything else on the head, it will become too much. Flower, horn. It's funny, I practically never wear hats in-game at all. But I'm like, hat accessory? Slap all of it. Weird golden thingies? I'll take it. Flowers? I'll take it. Horns? I'll take it. I do want an earring. I don't want it to be too much. Hey, do you want one shiny ear? That might be a solution. But also might be kinda weird. Just like, you know, walk past, bedazzle everybody with your one shiny ear. Just like, give them that ear shine. I'm so torn. Because one thing that I really want in the game kinda is like witch hats. But also one thing that I don't really wear in the game is hats. So I feel like if I got what I wanted, I wouldn't wear it anyway. So maybe I shouldn't desire it, you know, existence. What if I bedazzled everybody with my one earring but made it darker? Why does this singular ear pierce have like so many dye channels? It's like a tiny twinge of blue in there. Though kind of weird that that one little earring is this customizable. This one kind of clashes. I'm kind of the same in real life with this. Whenever I put on a choker, I'm like, okay, so what's layer number 2? Because there just feels like there's a lot of space between you and the rest of your outfit, and then you're like, should it be filled though? Should it? A lot of these, it's just that it's a bit too busy. So like you find yourself desiring for something, but you don't want it to be too much of a thing. Yeah, I tend to not make it too intricate. That way it keeps itself not tangled. It's like some of these would do, but they're just like the wrong length. Maybe. It's just such a tiny bit of extra though. I could just leave it off. Arm bedazzlement? Arm bones? Like, you know, just a twinge of exoskeleton to put with your dress. If only this was on a different hand. This is both too much and not too much. It's a hard decision. Do I want the wings also darker? Or like more yellowy? No one's using this level of yellow at the moment, so... Ooh. Ooh. Don't mind me while I'm enjoying the whole rainbow. It's just this dress has a lot of colors in it. Which means that technically it can go with a lot of colors. And it's like really subtle. So it's hard to tell, but like you can see that there's yellows, browns, blues. So I like switch to a different color and I can be like, oh, I can see how that matches. And then I switch to a different color and I go, I can see how that matches. Hence it feels like a very ooh sort of thing. What if I stood around here? It becomes a lot brighter in the overworld. Could I please see it in daytime? It's very hard to match. Maybe if I did it in like darker greens. It's the second layer, the special effect one, that does the most. It's always very, very like a light. Near her body. It becomes almost hard to go dark. That exact coloration is giving me a little bit of a fart cloud, though. Like, it's funny, the special effect bit is the one that influences more than the rest of the wing here. This would be very dark and light at the same time. But in the overworld, it looks kinda okay. What if I changed the inner color? Little to maybe not be black. It's kind of hard to subdue this. It's also hard to tell what exact color the flower is. It's sorta purpley shade, maybe? It's like there's little bits inside the wings that are sort of undyeable.
She's so soft now.
She's a very soft baby. With the kinda purpley wings. And they do sort of match the flowers. What else do I want to put on here? I do like that the wings can be kind of like two-toned. Like, you start off in like the brighter and end up in the darker. It's because their sorta should be like leaning into slowly not existing, I think. She's like so much color. It's almost like she's enough the way that she is. Maybe I should... That's what... Blue kinda works. White definitely works. Yeah, let's desaturate that. Oh. Very dark lip works very well in here. That's too much makeup. That once and maybe... Ooh. I feel like a lot of my outfits, they almost like get carried by makeup sometimes. Just because makeup changes so much about how Nikki looks. And you think that it's like a fairly subtle thing. But then you can make a non-edgy outfit feel a lot edgier. By just slapping on some makeup. Like, this is the one time when something heavy like this might actually be a good idea. I wish that she stopped rubbing her eye, though. Feel bad. Feel like I might have, I don't know, put some eyeliner in. Because she just can't stand still. And can't leave her eyeballs alone. This feels like a very goth fairy. Oh, but that looks kind of good, actually. It could be. I'm now trying to decide if it's like too heavy for my Nikki. I think I still like prefer her with a cleaner look. Maybe something like this? I suppose overly heavy makeup on my Nikki is not necessarily super my thing. This is almost like a sad romantic boneyard sort of summer. Which I don't hate. But it's like a very... She is saturated in these. It's hard to explain. It's like... She almost has like a heaviness to her. The way that you wouldn't really expect Summer to. But she still very much is summery. It's like... Goth at summertime? Summer Night Fairy? Ah, but she is kind of fantastic. Very spectacular. I do really like the dress that they gave us with Itzaland. Like... I think that as a legendary outfit, this is very... nice. Oh, Nikki, now you're looking slightly evil. Not that I mind, but... I feel like you're suggesting that I move underwater, but... Yeah, we can do slightly evil, Nikki. When she saw, like, look at my hands. I have nothing. Just a twinge of evil. Like, a lot of these poses just look like perfect for just a twinge of evil. Just like a tiny, teeny bit. Yeah, it's like a Midsummer Night Fairy. She's really giving me eyes in a lot of these. Empress, Nikki. She doesn't really have a crown for it. Goth Fairy Queen. She does look very... self-assured, I would say, in this. She carries G's baby. I'm pregnant! And then everyone just goes, wait, what? Out of all the outfits that we made today, I think I kind of want to mess with this one the most. Feel like not everything is in balance in here. Like something is out of... It might be just like the trim over here. That if I turned it red, it would feel more satisfactory. I like the really light looks. Like these ones. But also we put her in green gold. Never expected to like green gold as much as I do. And obviously we have evil fairy Nikki. Now, I don't quite know. Yes, the pregnant plot. The palace reshuffled. Because, like, they executed a lot of people over that. But I don't quite know what theme we're gonna get with 2.8. So we're gonna see which of the outfits survive for the next update. Because, like, I'll try to get myself more on theme. I'm surprisingly really satisfied with what we've done here today. Yeah, I think I've done summer my own way. Like, I wanted summer breezy, ended up with summer goth, and yeah, I ain't mad. I ain't mad at all. So, what we set out to do, we have accomplished. And on top of that, we even managed to submit me to the photo competition. So, yay. I really enjoyed this hangout. Yeah, I think it should be. And if it is, then I'll probably take out Cheese Wildfire a lot more. So when other people will be like super enjoying their new steampunk, I will be like, what about steampunk from 2.4? I got that one. First time I've done like a long length styling video, but this was fun. So maybe when we have nothing else to do, we're gonna do this a bit more often. But for now, thank you all for coming. And I'll see you around. Have fun with the reruns, have fun with the 4 stars, and let's have fun waiting for 2.8 previews.